Hey, this is Stacy York, founder of Be What's Right. Thanks for joining me today for video number 4 in our little series. And we're going to get started today talking about strategy number 7. And as you can see, strategy number 7 affects the home, the heart, and the head. And remember that the home is where our heart and our head live, right? So that's the body. So in strategy number 7, I want you to think about support webs. Support webs are all about who you have on your team. This is a little tool that I created to help some of the families that I work with, because oftentimes people come into my office and we don't have enough support, and so they're reaching out to find out who can help them with different things. So I want you to think about who supports you. Who supports you? Who can you turn to when you have a problem? Who can you turn to when you need a creative solution? Because when it comes to children, not all solutions are equal. You definitely might need some creativity in there. Think about your family, your friends. Are there any school staff who work with your children? Maybe it's teachers, principals, paraprofessionals, special educators, anybody in your church or your spiritual group. Do you have any of your own colleagues? Maybe you have somebody at work that you lean on a little bit. Are there natural supports? Natural supports are people that you naturally have in your life. They're aunts or uncles or grandparents or your neighbors or people that you just interact with on a daily basis. And then there's the whole realm of professionals, from mental health professionals to occupational therapists to psychiatrists to physicians to pediatrician. I always recommend that you have a really good pediatrician on board who understands your child. And keep in mind that most services you reach out to from professionals are voluntary. So you're not usually obligated to have any of their services. So find people that are really good fits on your team. Look at the next slide and draw the picture on a piece of paper. And then I want you to fill in the circles with who you have in mind. So you take and you put 9 circles on there with you in the middle of the circle. And then I want you to be specific. Does grandma help after school until you get off work? Are the kids at the Boys and Girls Club? Do they have a big brother or a big sister? Does Uncle Tammy or Uncle Larry, does Uncle Larry help out on Saturdays when it's soccer time? Especially if you're a single parent, this is crucial to be writing down who your support systems are. And if you need more bubbles, draw some more bubbles. If your circles are completely full, you have a pretty well-rounded support web. If your circles are blank, think through our previous list and brainstorm where you can start building in more support. One of the things I always tell families is it's so important if you reach out to professionals first, as you're reaching out to those professionals, to keep in mind that you want to have natural supports as you progress in your treatment, in your time with your professional supports. Professionals shouldn't be in your life forever, but they should be there long enough until you can replace them with people who are in your life forever. Be assured there is support out there. Do not give up. Just start getting creative. Ask your friends. Think about who it could be. And now let's talk about strategy number 8. Strategy number 8 is all about the head and keeping your head in balance. And this is about internal thoughts. You'll hear it said time and time again, not just from me, but in the media, most of the people you run into. What do you say to yourself in your worst moments and in your best moments? Because how you talk to yourself and what you believe about yourself is crucial to raising children. Do you believe that you're a good parent? Do you believe that you're a horrible parent? What do you say to yourself about who you are? Absolutely, we have rough days where we might be upset with ourselves or we're frustrated about how things are going. But I'm telling you, it is super important to have a really good foundation, positive self-esteem, because your child is picking up what you're saying. If you don't feel good about yourself, your child might not feel good about him or herself. What are the words in your head as you are parenting your child? Now, none of us are perfect. We just strive to do the best we can and to be the right role model for our kids. So if you make a mistake with your child, are you beating yourself up? Do you deal with it in an unhealthy way? Or do you say, gosh, I got to learn from that and I got to figure out the right way to deal with that? When you make a mistake, how do you handle yourself? Do you throw a temper tantrum? Do you talk to your friend about it? What's a healthy way? Start talking to yourself more positively in a helpful manner. Build yourself up. I can't tell you how important it is. My 5-year-old daughter has taught me a lot. She just asks for what she needs. When it was her birthday, she called every one of her relatives and she said, "It's my birthday. Please sing happy birthday to me." Now, that's pretty precocious, and she's 5 and she can get away with that. But then, I had another relative who said, "Gosh, when it's my birthday, I just kind of sit around and wait for people to call me and wish me a happy birthday." Now, not everybody celebrates birthdays, but the point is, sometimes you just got to go after what you need, and you got to have the confidence to do it. And regardless of what age you are, you need to talk to yourself positively and let people know that you do care about yourself and that you love yourself. Strategy number 9. Now, this is a heart strategy. So for all of you people who are in your head a lot and don't like to deal with feelings, this is a crucial number 9 strategy. Dealing with feelings. I have become a big believer that generally, as a society, we don't deal with feelings in a healthy manner. So given that information, it's even more important that we as parents and caregivers have to get better at this. When a child learns to walk, he can look around his environment and generally see people walking in a similar manner, one step in front of the other. However, when a child observes people in his environment dealing with feelings, he may see a whole spectrum of emotion and behavior to go with it. A child may see someone crying, someone smiling, someone frowning, someone yelling, someone completely quiet, someone hitting. No one deals with feelings in the same way. We were all different. Knowing that we all deal with feelings differently is crucial. There are some things we can do to help children understand their emotions. Step 1, recognize that an emotion is occurring. When you see that slight agitation in your child, recognize that they're getting ready to have an emotion, or an emotion is already on board. Notice that a physical reaction may be happening. It could also be a behavior. For me, my son's face gets beet red, and I know that as soon as his face is beet red, we're about to enter into temper tantrum land, and if I can cut it off when there's a beet red face, it'll be way better than seeing things being thrown or doors slammed or screaming. Identify a feeling word to match that feeling. The child might say, "I am sad," or "I am mad," or "I am upset," or "I'm angry," or "I'm worried." If the child doesn't know, the parent may say, "Wow, you kind of look like you may be sad or mad. You kind of look like you may be upset." It's okay to suggest things, but know that a child, if you don't hit the right word, a child may correct you, and it's not because they're being disrespectful. They're trying to tell you, "No, I don't feel sad. I actually feel really angry. I feel really mad." Let them do that, because you're building a vocabulary. And as much as we can build a vocabulary, that will help us with how they're going to express their feelings. With no vocabulary, it's very limited in how they can express their feelings. A parent gives a child empathy and listens to the emotion while maintaining their own emotion. You have to be the emotional crisis responder. So, what does that look like? "I'm so mad that I didn't get what I wanted." Hey, buddy, I know it's a bummer when you don't get what you want. It's really hard when you don't get what you want. That's okay. It's okay to be mad about it. It's not saying it's okay to throw things, or it's okay to, throw things and hit people or be aggressive. But I'm upset when I don't get what I want. So I just have to deal with it in the right way. And if I can maintain my cool while they're in a really hot state, then I'm being the emotional crisis responder, and I'm modeling for the child that I can handle their emotion and it's okay. Now, step 5, limits are set and problems are solved. Children may need help in figuring out how to express emotions. For example, "I see that you are angry because your toy is broken." When you are angry, it's okay to use your words. Say you're angry. It's okay to jump up and down and go for a run. It's okay, it's not okay to hit or throw things. So you have to set those limits. You have to solve problems. You have to figure out what is okay to do and what's not okay to do, and then you go from there. The most important tip when it comes to dealing with feelings is to remember, you are the role model. However you choose to deal with your feelings is what your child will use to deal with theirs. So keep that in mind. When you maintain your cool, then everyone else maintains their cool too. So we'll be back in a couple weeks or a couple more days with the final video in this series, and then we'll start a new series. And I hope you're putting to work what we're learning.